In this video, we're going to check out the best alternative to WPEngine. It's called Rapyd Cloud. They're a new player in the hosting sphere. You might not have heard of them, but they're built by prominent WordPress people, so they're backed by quality work and a bunch of funding. So they're a great host to have. They're also super fast. In this video, we're going to install a website on Rapyd Cloud and see how fast it really is out of the box. And then we're going to install a website template with Elementor as the page builder. Then we'll really see how fast it is. So you're not going to want to miss it. Hi, I'm Bjorn from WPLearningLab. Now let's get started. Before we get into Rapyd Cloud, let me just show you why you might want to use it instead of WPEngine. You might recall pretty recently, there's this drama between, not WordPress, but Matt Mullenweg and WPEngine. Matt Mullenweg is the co-founder of WordPress, and essentially it boils down to he thought WPEngine using WP in the name was a problem, even though WP is not covered under trademark. You look through all the trademark documents, you cannot use WordPress in your name. For example, the name of my channel is WPLearningLab. I couldn't make it WordPress Learning Lab. That would be copyright infringement, but WP is not covered, although maybe I should change it anyway. Just call it like Website Learning Lab, just because who wants all the trouble, right? Anyway, so Matt Mullenweg shut down WPEngine's access to all the WordPress plugins and themes. So basically, all the websites hosted by WPEngine kind of were useless for quite a while till this was figured out. And on top of that, WPEngine is built on older servers using Apache software, older caching methods, whereas Rapyd Cloud, which is this website right here, is built on newer technology using light speed servers. So everything is way faster. And Rapyd Cloud is a new player in the hosting game, but the people who created it created BuddyBoss, which is an awesome theme for your online communities if you have a WordPress website. BuddyBoss has been the go-to theme on my website for many, many years, and it's great. If you want to take a look at it, go for it. It's a great theme to have if you have a community-centered WordPress site. And the creators of BuddyBoss found that hosting was lacking. Websites were slow. People were frustrated. So they thought they'd build a better solution for hosting, and they called it Rapyd Cloud, and this is Rapyd Cloud right here. And I'm going to show you how to set up your Rapyd Cloud account and install a website on it and get started with it right now. And if you want to get to this page, there's a link in the description down below. It is an affiliate link. If you end up clicking through that and then purchasing in the future, I get a credit for that. It does not make it more expensive for you. Just an easy way to show support to me in this channel if you like what I do. So I really appreciate it if you do that. Once you click on that link down below, you can head over to the pricing page. And here we're going to see lots of options for pricing. You can have a single site account or multiple site account. The pricing changes quite drastically depending which one you want. So does the number of visits. So for the single site at $29 a month, looking at 200,000 visits that your plan will cover. That's paid annually, the $29. Monthly it's $35. If you go to multiple sites, you have 620,000 visits spread across multiple websites. And these multiple sites could also be your client sites. In addition to being able to pay monthly and annually, you can lock in for 2 years. And you get 6 months for free when you pay 2 years in advance. And if we compare that to WPEngine, let's switch this back to, single site. So for $35 a month on a single site, that's the same as the Essential account here on WPEngine, which is $59 a month, paid monthly. Way more expensive. And there's a lot of add-ons they have to pay for. And this is also 75,000 visits, whereas over here, it's 200,000 visits. All the stats are better on Rapyd Cloud compared to WPEngine. And these ones are paid add-ons. A lot of them are included for free with Rapyd Cloud. And if you want a detailed comparison of Rapyd Cloud versus other hosts, some of these hosting plans have these little icons at the bottom. When you hover over them, it shows you a comparison of Rapyd Cloud to those hosts. So this one's WPEngine. It shows here WPEngine's performance for a similarly priced plan is only 20% of what Rapyd Cloud can do. And that's not just willy-nilly pulled out of a hat. They use the WP Performance Tester plugin to benchmark, and the results are pretty crazy. This one here is comparison to Kinsta, Pressable, Amazon AWS, and DO. You should come to this page just to check out these comparisons because they're kind of mind-blowing. So what you could do is migrate your site to Rapyd Cloud and just see how it works. You can start for free, which we're going to do in just a second. They have a free migration as well, and just compare how your website performs on Rapyd Cloud versus whatever host you're using currently. So pick the plan that you want, click on Start for Free. Then you fill out this quick form. You add your payment details because the Start for Free is only a free trial. It's not a free forever. I already have an account, so I'm going to log into that. And once you've submitted your payment details after that short form, you get a verification email, send your email address, and then you're in to Rapyd Cloud. I'm going to show you how easy it is for a beginner to get up and running with Rapyd Cloud. If you follow along with this video, you're going to have a website on here, lickety-split. So we're going to create a brand new website. You have the option to migrate an existing one, and Rapyd Cloud helps you with that. We saw on the pricing page, free migration, which means they migrate your existing website to Rapyd Cloud for free, which is awesome. Let's click on Create Site right here to create a new one. Use a plan I've already purchased. Click on Continue. Select this plan right here. Click on Continue. Give the site a name. Widgets are us. Speaking of copyright infringement, that or us might be copyright infringement. Then we give the site a domain name, and this is the domain name we start with. We can customize it with our own later on, but this is where we're just going to live in the beginning. So I'm just going to make it similar to what the site name is. For the location, this is the server location that we're going to use. We currently have the options of Northern Virginia, Oregon, and Ireland. You want to pick the one that's closest to where most of your traffic comes from, because the website will load faster for those visitors. It's probably only a second or less in page load speed, but it's something. I'm going to choose Northern Virginia, PHP version of 8.3. That's the default it shows, so I'll keep that as it is. I'm not going to add WooCommerce right now. You can also add that later, no problem. Click on Add Site when you're ready. Our site's plan is being upgraded to that. We can now create additional websites, get free migrations, add custom domains, create and restore backups, automatic malware and vulnerability patching, increasing site storage and bandwidth. Super. Let's get started. And now we wait. We're currently on step 1 of 19. We're installing WordPress. And once this is done, it should only take a few minutes. We'll pop into this website, we'll install a theme, we'll add a template, and we're going to have a fully functioning website by the end of this video. That took just a few minutes. Our site is online now. Let's click on this little button here to check out our live website. At this URL, we can change this, of course. This is the 2025 theme. Super boring. So let's fix that. Before we fix it though, let's just speed test this thing. It should be super fast because there's nothing there. It's stock WordPress install. But let's take a look anyway to see what we're working with as a benchmark. Then we're going to add a popular theme, add some plugins, maybe one of the nice templates they have, and we'll see how this changes. So out of the box, we're sitting at 100% on mobile, 100% on desktop. And again, it's super boring. But you know what? If a website looks like this, but it has the solution to what I need, I don't care that it looks like that. Honestly, I really don't. There's lots of websites, especially in the tech space, that are super minimal and they load super fast. This guy at 100 out of the box. What can we improve on? Not much. Eliminate render blocking resources. We could save 0 milliseconds. Super. Okay, so let's install a theme and make this site look nice, and then see how that changes our page speed. So in here, we can click on WPEngine. That takes us into the WordPress admin for this website. It auto logs us in, and here we are. And here's a bunch of stats for the Object Cache Pro, which you get with Rapyd Cloud. You wouldn't get this with other hosts. Let's go to Appearance and the themes. Let's add a theme. I like to install Astra because it's a great theme. It's also lightweight and fast. That's why I install it, but also has lots of cool templates to work with. I'm going to install, let's get started with starter templates by clicking on that button. There's over 300 of them. Some are premium, some are free. I'm going to choose classic starter templates. I'm going to choose Elementor. Elementor is a pretty popular page builder. You've probably heard of it. And it's known to not be super fast. So we're going to see the page speeds we get by installing Elementor templates. I don't have Elementor, the plugin, installed yet on this site. So I don't even know if I can install these first, but we'll try. So there's lots of different options. The ones that are labeled premium are part of the paid Astra theme. A lot of nice ones on here. I'm going to choose this one. Awesome themes and plugins for WordPress. Little on the nose, but I'll take it. I'm going to change our font stylings to this one. Colors to this one. No, this one. Click on continue. I'm going to skip all this. The first two I can't uncheck. I'm going to leave everything else unchecked. Continue. I'm going to turn this off. I understand. This is saying it's going to overwrite all the settings and add new content to your site. If you already have a site built here, a lot of it could be overwritten. So be mindful of that. Since this is a brand new site, I'm not too worried about it. Click on submit and build my site. Now in a few minutes, our new site with that specific design that we chose is going to be up and running. So let's pause this video as this works. And there we go. 100% done. Let's view our website. This is it right here. Seemed to load a little bit slower than before. It's a playable video. Yeah, it's an iframe image, I think, or a static image at least. Doesn't load the video into the page, but we have some pictures, a lot of logos, a lot of nice styling. And we're going to see in a few minutes how this compares for page speed to our totally blank brand new install. I don't want to do it just yet because sometimes PageSpeed Insights caches page speed scores for a while. So we'll wait a few. While we're waiting, we're going to check out some more stuff in the dashboard and then we'll test it again. So back in the dashboard, because we have Rapyd Cloud, we have some extra stuff. We have Lightspeed Cache, which is not a Rapyd Cloud plugin, but it's a plugin that is really good at speeding up your site. I have a full walkthrough of this, in fact. I'll link to it in the card up above. And then you can check out the full walkthrough of Lightspeed Cache. A lot of the settings should be already set because Rapyd Cloud installed it already, and I'm sure they set whatever the best presets are for their hosting. There's another link to Lightspeed Cache up here. And aside from that, this is pretty much a regular WordPress install. So many plugins we have. We've got lots of plugins installed already. These three, I'm pretty sure were installed by Rapyd Cloud when we built the site. I installed this one a moment ago. Astra installed this one. Elementor was installed because we chose an Elementor template. So there's a bunch of plugins that are up and running. We'll see how that affects our page speed. Might not be very much, but we'll see. Inside of our Rapyd Cloud account, there's more to see than just this page. If we click on our website, it gives us a lot of details about what's going on with our site. We installed this just now, so there's not a whole lot going on, but you'll be able to see lots of stats. I love this kind of stuff. I can geek out on stats all day. This thing keeps popping up. Super annoying. Shows your CPU usage. I believe this is probably right now. Maybe over time. I'm not sure. Okay, that's good. RAM usage, when it was created. There's WordPress info. The version, WP debug is inactive. This will be inactive in most cases unless support specifically asks you to turn this on and report back what errors are being thrown. On the themes tab, we can see which themes we have installed and we can even update them. We've got these three that are inactive. In fact, we are going to delete those. Let's go to Appearance and then Themes and delete all the inactive themes. We don't want to leave inactive themes on the site because they take up space and they might introduce security vulnerabilities. So generally, instead of inactivating something, I delete it. You can always reinstall it later. Now, if I refresh, this should show just one theme and it's active and up to date. Sweet. Let's go to plugins. There we go. We have two inactive. In fact, those are two I usually delete too. Sometimes I have Akismet. I do install Akismet on lots of sites. It comes auto-installed. It's great for spam protection from comments and things like that. So I usually do activate this and keep it. So I'll just activate it. But then once you activate it, you got to choose a plan. You can choose a free plan if it's for personal use. Going to delete the Hello Dolly plugin because that's almost never required. Let's refresh these plugins. And they're all active and all up to date. Sweet. Let's go to stats. We haven't done anything yet. Well, we've done a couple things. You've seen what we've done so far. And that's 4 gigabytes of space out of 100 gigabytes. So we still have a lot more space to use. Unless you're adding huge pictures and videos, which you shouldn't be. You should be hosting videos elsewhere and then embedding them on your site. And you should be optimizing images. So that's a lot of space, 100 gigabytes. You can choose the past 24 hours for your time frame, last 7 days, last 30 days, last hour. There's lots more graphs down here. On the Backups tab, you can easily create a backup by clicking Create Backup. You can also create a backup schedule by clicking on Change right here. Currently it's set to 12 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Who knows what time zone that is, but we can easily change it to whatever time you want. I recommend in the middle of the night for whatever the highest traffic region is. So if most of your traffic comes from North America, I recommend you have your backup scheduled to be at nighttime in North America because that's likely when you have the least traffic. Let's create a backup right now by clicking on Create Backup. It's going to keep the name as Manual Backup. I'm not going to download it. Click on Create. Backup's complete. It is 70 megabytes. So of the 4 gigs we have installed, our backup's only 79 megabytes, which is interesting. And if you have a backup you want to restore to, click on this radio button, click on Restore. You restore to that backup. No matter where it is in this list. You might have 20 backups, 30, 40, 50 backups. So you can restore to any one of them. Under the Settings tab and Domains, that's where we can add our own custom domain to have our URL not be this crazy one, but have our own domain. To do that, just click on Add Domain, enter your domain here, and then follow the instructions for your domain registrar to change the name servers or the A record, depending on what Rapyd Cloud tells you to do. And then you have your own custom domain instead of this one. So I think we've waited long enough now for our page speed to not be cached anymore. So let's give this a go. Paste that in there, click on Analyze. We'll be able to tell by the thumbnail whether it's the new website design or the old one. Just to recap, the old one, 100% on mobile, 100% on desktop. Pretty sweet. Our new score, 89 on mobile. The mobile version of this theme looks a little silly. That's not Rapyd Cloud's fault. That would be the Steam's fault. Let's see how it looks on mobile using the computer. That looks pretty good. It doesn't look very good in this thumbnail, but that's not Rapyd Cloud's fault. Somehow, because it looks fine when I do mobile here, somehow this is something to do with Google PageSpeed Insights. But we're down to 89 performance. What's going on here? Eliminate render blocking resources. This can be done by customizing some of the settings that come with Lightspeed Cache. That walkthrough I mentioned earlier will help you figure out some of this stuff. Largest contentful paint element. That's this first section right here. So let's exit out of mobile. So this is the largest contentful paint element right here. Shows it right there for us. And that might not be very well optimized. Let's go to the media library and have a look. And here it is right here. 61K, so that's not bad. I wouldn't complain about that. But somehow this is slowing us down. And again, Lightspeed, the plugin, might have some settings you can use to address this. But even so, 89 on mobile with a theme that looks great is something a lot of people will be chomping at the bit for. So that's pretty solid. Desktops are usually almost always much better than mobile, but still the mobile's pretty great. It's only one away from being green. So that's how we can get up and running with Rapyd Cloud. Super quick and easy. Rapyd Cloud is not the cheapest host in the world, but they do pretty much everything for you because it's a managed host. That's why it costs a little more. I encourage you to click the link in the description down below, come to this page, pick a plan that you want to try out for free, migrate your site for free, compare performance from your current host to Rapyd Cloud. If you use that link below, it is an affiliate link. So if you end up purchasing through that, I will get a credit. This does not make it more expensive for you. It's just an easy way to show support for me and the channel if you like what I do. And I really appreciate it. So come check out Rapyd Cloud and let me know in the comments down below what you think of it.